What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Persistence Daily Update. I am Coach Gage. Let's hop right into it. We are doing another gymnastic strength where it's going to be a 12-minute EMOM. The first minute you're going to be doing 3 to 5 hip to bar, or you have the option to 6 to 10 kip swings. Also, on the second minute, you'll be doing 3 to 6 bar muscle ups or 5 to 10 of your hardest pull-up scale. All right, for that first minute, like I said, we have that 3 to 5 hip to bar or 6 to 10 kip swings. Now, the key focus on these is what I would like to see is a nice controlled swing in general. So again, we're not throwing our feet up. We're all focused on keeping a nice midline position, a hollow hold position, especially for the hips to bar, and as well as the kip swing. On the kip swing, when you start, try to start small and go from a little bigger. So let's kind of break down the hips to bar a little bit more. So big key focus is driving, and we're gonna try to stay consistent through our kip swing as well. So we're not gonna jump up and do singles as we go. Now, just gonna give you really quick 3 reps, and I'll come back and I'll talk a little bit more about it. So. Now, so the big focus, if you watch, as I drive my hips up, I'm in one nice line. So if you notice, I'm in this position, I keep my core tucked in, I let my feet come back up, meet my hips, as well as my shoulders. Now, the reason for this is I'm very horizontal, facing into the ground as well as to the bar. It allows me to give a nice strong pullover. So if I'm more rigid in my midline, as I pull, it's a lot easier to pull my body over the bar as I come over. For a kip swing, if you notice, without that actual drive, so I'll give you 3 kip swings real quick. We're also staying very rigid, and we're using our lats and our hips to stay together. Notice how I didn't lift my feet. Instead, I tucked my core in and pressed real tight to control that backswing. As I come forward, I opened up my shoulders and pointed my toes and kept my legs straight to create a nice tension as I go back into that hollow position. Now, for the second minute, we have 3 to 6 bar muscle ups. You're gonna get 2 from me. And then we have 5 to 10 hardest pull-up scale. Now, I'd rather you be a kipping scale. The open's coming. We have a lot of pull-ups. We got a lot of chest bar pull-ups, and of course, most likely bar muscle ups. So, real quick, a 2 bar muscle up. This goes into that hip to bar that we're talking about. Big aggressive hip drive to the bar. So as I jump up, a simple tool to start first bar muscle up is behind the bar. Jump up as high as I can. Right, so it's not necessarily that easy. There's a lot of effort, and the biggest thing I can tell you if you're looking for your first bar muscle up, strict pull-ups are the way to go, or a lot of other things. But for today's workout, we're gonna be doing 4 times, so basically 1 round through with a 14-minute cap, and its rep scheme of a 6, 12, 18, and 27 of thrusters at 95 for men, 65 pounds for women, and chest to bar pull-ups. So this is a pretty good challenging workout where it's gonna be really hard to actually finish with that aggressive time cap. So let's get right into the thrusters real quick. I wanna go over a couple things as far as foot position and how well we can drive this bar up towards the ceiling. Now we all know what a thruster looks like. I'll give you a couple reps in a second just to break down the movement, but a couple key focuses I want you to go over on the thrusters. Now, it's basically our foot position as far as our stance. So basically think of an air squat, it's the same exact thing. We're going heels down, big toe down, pinky toe down, and now if you notice, if I press my pinky toe down, my knees are gonna wanna press out with them, right? As we sit into our squat, our chest is gonna be very vertical, our heels are gonna stay down, hip crease below barrel and stand. Now, think of a thruster more as a jump squat because we go down, nice and controlled, and squat, drive, right? So in a thruster, a lot of people love to muscle these things out. Now with this amount of reps, that's 6, 12, 18, and 27, muscling thrusters like this with chest to bar pull-ups is not gonna be the easiest thing. So foot position, next thing I want you guys to think about is your elbow position, right? Big thing is having a full grip as well. So in a front squat, we can kind of use those 2 to 3 finger system. In a thruster, we're gonna bring our elbows up with a nice full grip of the barbell. So I'm only using the barbell, don't judge me because I'm not doing the workout. I'm showing you how to do the workout. So grab the bar outside of shoulders, sling it up, nice full grip. You can kind of let your wrist sit back if you need to. Set your squat stance. It's a full front squat. Hip crease below parallel, and then stand up very quick. Finish and press through, head through at the top. Now, a lot of people love to finish their thrusters like this. head and eyes forward as we go through, right? Now the whole rule is staying consistent. You don't want to lean forward, you want to lean back. Get your chin out of the way, set it back on your shoulders, front squat again, right back up into it. So real quick, 3 reps, just to kind of see the speed I'd like to see. So, one thing I want you to focus on, if you notice in those 3 reps, is how aggressive when I got to basically near standing, I popped my hip forward and threw it over. If you have any questions, make sure you ask your coach though. Big key focus on this, guys. Again, foot position, elbow position. All right, guys, after your thrusters, we have all our chest to bar pull-ups. Remember that big rep scheme? So the strategy here is keeping this rep small so you can constantly keep moving. Now the theme here is that deep pull in that chest to bar pull-up. So what I would like to see in scaling this movement is actually keeping to that chest to bar. So if that's banded, if that's jumping, whatever it may be. So a couple things, I'm gonna go over 2 different ways of doing chest to bar pull-ups without the band in that RX level, which is kipping and butterfly. In both, you have to touch your chest. Now in the kipping, what I'd like to see is showing control in a hollow position. So we talk about this a lot as far as coaching when we teach the kipping pull-up, is that when we get to the top, we're very strong in the hollow position and then we push away from the bar. Now we need to show a lot of control and a lot of lat development to do so. So let's break it down real quick. I'm gonna give you 2 reps. So, similar to like I talked about in the thruster, where we're using a lot of hips to drive the bar up, we use a lot of our hips to drive our body up as well. When you notice I touch my chest, I'm very clear touching my chest with that deep pull, and my hips and my body is vertical with that hollow body position, right? Now in our butterfly, for those really skilled athletes, what I need to see is a lot slower of a movement, where we need to slowly create that little oval position. Now, in a butterfly pull-ups regular, we can have that chance to go through the bar. In a chest to bar butterfly, it's just about scraping or kind of picking up the shirt as we go. So real quick, I'm gonna give you 4 reps. So, a lot bigger of a movement, a little slower, but it still gets the job done. Again, like I talked about, it's all about small sets, quick rest, get through the workout. These 2 pairing of movements aren't the funnest. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, but again, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you have any further questions, make sure you ask your coach when you get in, but if you wanna ask me online, put it down in the comments. I'll answer as soon as I possibly can. But again, guys, have a good one.